Hey guys, I'm back. Did you even notice that I was gone? Probably not. But I was. I went and visited my mom for a few days. So I was going to do a movie review today, but then I realized I didn't watch a movie. So I could probably do one from memory of a movie that I really like, but I don't want to do that. I want to actually watch the movies and kind of take notes and figure out what I want to say and all that. So I'll probably do that sometime next week. So for today's video, I just want to put out there that there are going to be spoilers. I think, probably, I don't know. I'm going to do my top 10 favorite anime slash manga slash anime movies. So I'm going to be combining all of these in one video because I don't have enough knowledge of anime or manga on their own. So I can't do a proper top 10. So we're going to be combining all of them into one video. Sound good? Good. So let's go. I also just want to say this is purely my opinion. If there is an anime or manga on here that you don't think should be, or if there's one that you think I missed, leave it down below in the comments section. Also, leave anything that you think I might like down there because I am always open to learning new things and reading new manga and watching new anime. So for number 10, I have Dragon Ball Z. You probably knew this was going to be on here. I definitely liked the first two sagas, is that what they're called, of Dragon Ball. I really loved the Cell saga. I thought it was really cool because, you know, we've been following Goku all this time. And even though I really liked it, and I really liked Vegeta, so I really liked the Frieza saga. There was just something about the Cell saga I liked more. It was kind of cool to see, like, it was almost like Goku was passing the torch and Goku rose up and was the one that had to take care of things. And I really liked that. And I wish they would have ended it there because it was a really great way to like send off Goku and then to have Gohan, you know, step up and become the new protector of their planet. So I kind of wish they would have left it there. The main problem that I have with Dragon Ball, especially like we have the bricks, the orange bricks, and holy moly, there is so much filler. If they just cut the pork, which I know they have, and I think it might be, oh, what is it? It's called something where you can actually watch it without all the filler. I probably would enjoy it more because sometimes the filler was just too much and it's like, oh my gosh, it's so boring. But you know what, the parts that aren't boring in Dragon Ball it's really good. So for number 9, I have an anime movie called Princess Mononoke. I watched this years ago, so forgive me if I don't remember all of it. It was something, there was like a young man, he was a warrior, I think, that stumbled upon like a village in the middle of the forest with all these women that were there. And I think he kind of started helping them. And then something was going on with like, Princess Mononoke was like, it kind of reminded me of like Pocahontas. She was like, I think she was like wanting to protect the land and she ends up falling in love with the main character and then he becomes like totally all for the forest and all this kind of stuff. It's a really beautiful movie. Really good message. For number 8, I have Excel Saga. This anime is just absolute nonsense. I kind of thumbed through the manga a little bit because a friend of mine had it, but she also had the anime and she was like, well, here, watch this. And I'm like, what is this? It was so weird. Like, it's really cutesy. It's drawn in a really cutesy way and it's really kind of lighthearted, but it's actually really dark. There's like a lot of gore and death in it. There's this girl, her name is Excel, and she is so wacky. She's always screams all the time. And she's in love with the main guy. And she's friends with this girl who's like totally comatose all the time. And then she has this like dog that she finds and she's like, oh, well, I'm gonna eat you if I need to. And the dog's like, ah. And so she just keeps it in the house for whenever she needs to eat it. The way it ended, I'm like, what is happening? It is so wacky. For number 7, I have Death Note. This is, I believe, the newest anime on this list. I didn't really think I was going to like it, and for a long time I didn't watch it. And it might sound kind of stupid, but mainly because of the fact that it was on Adult Swim. And I've never really cared for any of the anime that they had on Adult Swim. So I thought for the longest time that Death Note was going to be eh. And then my sister, you know, the one I always talk about, who's way hipper than I am, made me watch, not made me, but told me that it's really good. So I watched Death Note, and it actually is really, really good. It's about this young man who finds this a notebook. It says Death Note on the front, and whoever's name he writes in it, they die. So it starts off, it's almost like it starts off with him having really good intentions about, like, this bully that bullied him a lot is dead. And then this guy who's a gangster that kills a lot of innocent people, they're dead. But then as the story goes on, he starts to, he has this sense of power and he gets really warped, and then he just starts to kill people. And I really liked the character. I thought he was done really well. There's also this other girl in it who is so stupid. She's this blonde-haired girl. She's totally cute, though, but she is so dumb. And then there is this other character's name's L, and it's almost like the main character, whose name is Light Yagami, I think, and then there's L, and it's almost like they're both sides of a human's personality, where Light is more of that, that darkness that we have in us, and we want to get revenge on people. Like, what would you do if you found a death note? You probably would use it. I mean, I'm not going to fault Light for that. I really do think some people would use it, and our intentions would all be really good in the beginning, I hope. And then L is that, like, totally moral. Is his name L? I think it's L. Oh, now I'm second guessing myself. Anyway, he's the one that's like absolutely would never use it and wants to find out what's happening. So it's really loud. No matter where you live in Vegas, you live by the airport because the airplane's just constantly all over the place. Blah. So anyway, yeah. Death Note's actually really good. The Shigegames as well is like one of the best parts about the show. They're really scary. They're really creepy. And even though the Death Note movie was absolute garbage, I do want to say William Dafoe in that movie, he was really good. But don't watch the movie. Just don't do it. So for number 6, I have, oh my gosh, it's like, it was my first anime I ever watched. It's got such a special place in my heart. It's Sailor Moon. Oh. So Sailor Moon is basically a Monster of the Week type show. It's like Power Rangers pretty much. It's about these, you know what Sailor Moon's about. There's these high school girls. They transform in these really pretty outfits, and their nails change colors and all this to fight the bad guys in their high heels. Like, it's just so cute. We all had our favorite Sailor Scouts. Mine was Sailor Venus. The show doesn't have a whole lot of substance. I think there's like, I don't even know how many seasons there is. And the plots just, they move at like a snail's pace because none of the episodes really have an important plot arc. It's just, oh no, Usagi has felt like she's gained too much weight. Now she needs to lose weight. Oh, there's a monster. She learned a valuable lesson. The show's over. So it's really basic. I'm watching it again with my daughter because she really likes it. And I'm just like, it's not something I enjoy so much now. But, growing up, I just absolutely loved it. For number 5, I have the works of Junji Ito. It's just absolutely brilliant. It is some of the most terrifying stuff that I've ever seen. If you have a fear of like body horror and gore, yeah, I hate body horror and gore, and I mean, I just love this stuff so much. It's really scary. The artwork is really creepy. I actually learned about it through Terry TV because he would read them. His work, it's beautiful. It's just absolute art. It's like nothing I've ever seen. For number 4, I have Akira. Akira is an older anime movie, I believe from the 80s, I want to say. It's about a young man who's in a motorcycle gang. And the bike that you have seen this bike. It is one of the most famous bikes in anime. When I saw Ready Player One and I saw that bike in there, I was like, I totally fangirled out. So it's about him. I think his name is, I can't remember his name. I remember Kaneda. That is his friend. I can't remember his name. So basically, this kid, he gets caught, and I believe they run experiments on him, and he becomes just like this monster, basically. He can kill people with his mind, and he can destroy things and lift things with his mind and stuff, and he just goes on a rampage. It's really good. And even now today when I watch it, I'm like, what did I just watch? Like, sometimes I have trouble kind of understanding what it is. but at the same time I don't. Like, I get the message, but a lot of the stuff, you as you watch through it, you're just like, what is happening? Like, it's just crazy, but it's an absolute masterpiece. I think it's the gold standard of anime movies. It's the absolute best. So for number 3, so it's no coincidence that the top 3 that I have, 2 out of those 3 are going to be mangas. You always hear the books are better, and when it comes to manga, that is true as well. So it is Furuba, otherwise known as Fruits Basket here in the Fruits Basket? Yeah, Fruits Basket here in the US. It's about a young girl who's in high school who loses her mom, and so she starts living with this family. They're called the Soma family. She goes to school with one of the boys. Everybody in this family, immediate and cousins or whatever, whenever you hug a member of the opposite sex, they turn into the animal that that represents them on the Chinese zodiac. So, like, her friend that she has a crush on, his name's Yuki. She'll hug him and he turns into a rat. If there's this other guy, Shigiri, she hugs him, he turns into a dog. So, like, and also for the girls, if they hug someone of the opposite sex, they'll turn into their respective animals as well. So at first it's really cutesy and it's like, whoops, so I'm sorry I turned you into your animal, haha. But then as it goes on, you start to learn that, like, this is like a curse that was put on the family. This family, they're not happy, they're miserable. There's this one girl, her name's Ren, and like she's just so unhappy. And all of them, they don't want to be cursed anymore, obviously. So it gets a lot darker as it goes on, and she ends up falling in love with this character. His name's Kyo, and he turns into a cat whenever you hug him. And you start to see their struggles because they can't show each other any affection. Start to be like, oh my gosh, like, this was really kind of a cute, funny idea at first. And now you're like, I just really want these people to not be cursed anymore and be happy. Number 2. It's my ultimate favorite manga of all time. It is Kimi wa Peto, otherwise known as Tramps Like Us. It's about this businesswoman who's in her late 20s, and she is engaged, and she has this big, beautiful apartment, and she has everything she could ever want. And then her fiance admits that he's cheating on her because he is incredibly threatened by how independent she is, and finds this other girl. And so now she's on her own. She's vulnerable. She has this big giant apartment that she doesn't need anymore because she's single. She's a workaholic and all this kind of stuff. And she finds a box outside of her apartment and thinks it's trash. And she's kind of mad. She's like, who left this big box here? And she looks inside it, and there's a kid in there. And she decides to bring him in to just feed him and be like, are you okay? Do you want me to, what do you want? She gives him a little bit of money to help him find where he needs to go. And he doesn't want to leave. So she gives him this like rule. She's like, look, if you're going to stay here, then you're going to be my pet and you're going to do whatever I want. You're not going to backtalk. You're going to have to get my permission to do everything. And she's saying all this really terrible stuff because she's trying to get this kid to leave. And he's like, okay. So he stays and he's her pet, and she gives him a pet name. She calls him Momo. And it ends up being where, like, she has a boyfriend and she wants to hang out with Momo more than she does her boyfriend. And finally, at the end, they fall in love and they get married and have a baby and all this kind of stuff. But I believe it's 14 books. So for 14 books, she's trying to hide this secret from, like, her coworkers and her boyfriend and stuff. And it's really funny. Alrighty. And before we get to number 1, here are my honorable mentions. And for number 1, I have Saiyuki. Now, it's a damn shame that I have not read the manga because I have a feeling it would be like a million times better, but the anime is still awesome. It's about these 4 guys, and basically they are on a mission to kill demons. It's that simple, but it works really, really good. There's Sanzo. He's my personal favorite. He is a monk, a Buddhist monk, I want to say. That shoots demons in the face, and he's like a chain smoker and totally not, like your typical type of monk. He's a demon slayer monk. And then there is his name Goku too? It's either, God, I can't remember. They call him the monkey, and I can't remember, but he's like the typical shoji manga type of character. He's all happy and bouncy and goofy, and he loves to eat. And then there's Goju. I don't even remember the characters' names. So like, it's my favorite. He's the ladies' man, and then Hakai, who is like the voice of reason, and yeah, there's really not a whole lot more to it than basically they just go around and slay demons. And there's also this thing that if you slay 1,000 demons, you become a demon. So, you know what? I think they are demons, except for Sanzo. Oh my gosh, see, it's been so long since I watched the anime. Now I'm remembering all these great things. Yeah, so Sanzo is, I believe, protected by his spirituality that he won't turn into a demon if he kills 1,000. But the other three have turned into demons. So there's demons killing demons too. It's totally awesome. It's action packed, and they just drive around and kill demons and save ladies. That's all they do. It's like Supernatural, just way cooler. So anyway, that's my top 10. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Leave what you think I left out or what you think I got right or anything that you would like for me to read or watch. Please let me know. I totally will. Don't forget to send your stories to sharewithmamasam@gmail.com. We love all things scary here, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye, friends.